Hi everyone, I'm Chef Alicia Perez from bestbitesforever.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make pumpkin eggnog. So the first thing that I have here is 4 cups of milk, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat on underneath that. To that I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, and if you have vanilla paste or a vanilla bean, that's even better, but I ran out of vanilla paste tonight, so I just used regular old extract. And after that, I'm going to add some pumpkin pie spice and a tiny little bit of salt. I have a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice and about 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And the last ingredient that I'm going to add is a cup of pumpkin. Plop. Okay, and I'm going to give that a little stir. Then what I'm going to do when I get this nice and stirred up, I'm going to leave it on the stove until it hits right around 170 degrees. And then we are going to temper some egg yolks into it. So I have 6 egg yolks over here waiting for us. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and set this guy to the side because we're going to do this in stages. So let's move him and replace it with him. Okay, and this is my base mixture, which has come up to about 170 degrees. I let it set for just a few minutes on the back burner to really develop the flavor. And the next thing that you want to do is temper your eggs. Tempering your eggs is not a very difficult thing, but you do have to do it right, because if you don't, you will have scrambled eggs. So what you need to do is take your egg yolks, which I have right here. Just get the camera on them so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take a cup of this hot liquid. Okay, and I'm just going to very slowly at first stream this liquid into the eggs. And if you look at my eggs, you can see that they're this beautiful pale yellow. That's because I already whipped them up and got a nice amount of air into them. So I'm just going to very slowly, as I whisk, okay, stream a little bit of the base in there. You definitely want to take your time with this. If you add too much at once, your eggs will get too hot too fast, and you will have delicious scrambled pumpkin eggs. I don't know, maybe that's a new invention. Maybe they'd be delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. I'm going to get another cup of my hot liquid. Just going to keep whisking. And slowly drizzle that in. Again, continue to whisk while you're drizzling. Okay. Now I have nice, happy tempered eggs. As you can see, I did not make scrambled eggs. They are still liquid in there, so check them out. Okay. I'm going to move back over here to our egg base. I'm sorry, our eggnog base, and we're just going to whisk this into here. You can move pretty quickly on this one. The eggs are already pretty happy about their temperature, so not so worried about making scrambled eggs anymore, as long as you have the right temperature on your base here, which you should have brought up to about 170. Now, we need to make sure that we kill the bacteria, which actually salmonella dies at about 165. And we also need to make sure that our eggs begin to get nice and thick. So the thickening temperature when you have them in this base is right around 180 degrees. So you're going to go ahead and turn that heat back on, which I'm doing right now. And I just want to take their temperature and see where we're at. Got my little old school thermometer here, not too fancy. I had a digital one, but it never, I don't know, it never made me happy. So I have this one now, and I'm right at about 120 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit here on the heat, and it's going to come up to 180. You absolutely do not want to take this over 180 degrees, because if you do, again, you will make scrambled eggs. Once you hit that magic mark of 180 degrees, you're going to have a nice little ice water bath waiting for your eggs. You're going to pour it from the pan into your ice water bath, and you want to make sure that it's coming up to the edges right here. Make sure you use ice and water, because if you use only ice, it's not going to surround your top bowl. So go ahead and put ice and water in there. Just let it kind of sit, and it's going to slowly cool down. Stir it every few minutes. You're looking for a consistency that chefs call nappe. Nappe is when you can take a spoon, regular old spoon. You want to dip that guy in there and do this, and then you should be able to do that without it running. So you can see that I have achieved a beautiful nappe consistency. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get my ladle, and I'm going to fill up a cup, because I am about to sit down and enjoy some beautiful, beautiful pumpkin eggnog. Now, of course, if you would like to add some alcohol to this, by all means, I would suggest either a nice brandy or even a rum is nice inside of here. I guess the amount is completely up to you, depending on how strong you want it. But if you'd like the rest of the recipe, please visit me at my site, bestbitesforever.com. Happy cooking!